Good morning. This is an intraday update for the NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500 being recorded on Wednesday, August the 6th at 8:35 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. A little change of events here as the market was extremely volatile on the open and really until about 30 minutes ago, where we started to climb with more persistence. In the NASDAQ, what's behind it is just favorable in the Mag 7 stocks. Uh, we got Apple up 11 and a half. We've got Meta now up almost 8. We have Netflix up, not that they're part of the Mag 7, and we have Tesla up strong. Various reasons, I'm not going to go into it. Doesn't make any difference. Stocks are up, the index is up, the index can go higher. So, not necessarily outside of the scope for a minute fourth wave, the larger move. And within that, we still are within the minuette B wave. Now, I mentioned that this morning that if it got a little bit crazy and we started to exceed some levels, I'd flip the count, show you what it was, and then which would include higher levels, still within the parameters for a B wave up. And that's what we're doing. There's the A wave. All of this is going to be minuet wave B. So we have minuet A, minuet B. So for me, I was marking the B wave here, but it's now going to be an A wave. And this is not going to be a B wave. I know I marked it as 5, but there was A, B, and then a C. So it really was a 5, 3, 5. Could have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 3 and a 4 and a 5. But I'm going to count it a little bit differently, which kind of puts us into an ABC. And even as I mentioned this morning, it could be taken as such. And so there's the B wave, the B of the minuet wave B. Now we got 1, 2, and we're racing higher, and a third. And regardless of what's behind it, folks, it's still a third wave. Started out really funky. Got to tell you, we were all there. If you were trading it, you were like wondering what the F is going on. Now, regardless of any of the news, leave the news aside. Let's focus on the technical and let's keep everything in mind. So right now we're in sub minuet wave 3 up, and that's of the sub minuet C wave up. So we have for wave 3, we've got our next resistance level at 23,397. Could go as high as 23,400, 431 and still be within, a third wave range. And then we get a fourth wave, and then we get a fifth wave up. And so we have on the outside for that C wave, we have 0.618 at 23,431. Now, mind you, our first marker is got the most common is 100%, where wave C is equal to wave A. That's at 23,671 right now. And between that, we can get up as high as 23,576. In wave 3, still come down in a 4, go back up in a 5, and be done with this C wave all within range. Now, what the C wave can't do in terms of what the larger B wave should not do is go up and equal the high. I'm not looking for a flat structure here. I still count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. This should be an ABC up, but we could come in at 0.786. And again, that level, I believe, is going to be upwards of this right around here. So that all still fits into the containment of this minute fourth wave. So we're inside that B wave portion of it. Still, I think we got looking for some upside. The volatility in terms of how quickly things are moving around is going to remain active. It is going to remain just really kind of crazy. So that could shorten this third wave. This little eternal third wave when we come down and then go back up and finish it. And then we could be finishing the C wave here. So again, they could do that all today. And then everything changes tomorrow. So we got to be just keep in tune with actually the technical side. Let what people consider the fundamental, let that be. There are going to be a lot of stuff that's coming out. We've already seen a lot of stuff that come out uh, from the White House to the president to tariffs to et cetera, et cetera. And now I'm reading that the Saudis are raising crude oil prices. So well, we got to deal with that. Is that inflationary? Is it not? Let that be itself. Focus on the technical, and I think we'll all have some good trading days. There's been plenty of really solid trades today. So as a day trader, so keep that in mind. Okay, now spot gamma levels remain the same as given this morning. If you need them, please go over to the morning update, and you'll get them in the NASDAQ. I'm going over to the S&P. Same story here as well, where we have still minuet wave A, and that's going to be at the August 1st low. So that's last Friday's low was the bottom for minuet wave A. So that left us in the position for a minuet B wave, which initially I had put here. Well, that's turning out that that was just the A wave. Now, we have not broken above it, but I think we will. Now, if we don't, it's going to get real crazy. So what I've done, same thing as I did in the NASDAQ, it could be, A one, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C. So A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C for wave A. And then we have the B wave, and then we have a C wave coming back down. And that's going to be labeled wave B. So instead of the B wave being up here, actually it was the minuet B wave being up here. It's now falling and it's being totally played out. Now, so what's that put us into? It puts us into a 5 waves up C wave. And so we got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, I think still is going to have some upside to it, but I'm telling you the volatility is crazy. And what we got is we have some stocks are really getting hit hard. Some stocks, particularly the Mag 7s, are racing higher. And so again, we've got Apple up, we've got Amazon doing okay, we've got Google doing moderately, but they're up. We have Nvidia now back in the plus column, so it's fluctuating between up and down, kind of marking itself against AMD, which got caught in the earnings and they're coming back down. And then we have Tesla, which is now pushing to be up 10 again. So that continues to produce some serious, stronger upside moves. Our initial wave 3, this is small internal wave 3 of the C, their initial resistance comes in at 6371.85 or 6372. I'd like to get a little bit more. We can with our next level up, 1.618 coming in at 6400. And I think I'm leaving this out there, but the actual room of where this market can come in the C wave and to be labeled wave B and then turn and come back down is actually at 6450. Now, again, that's likely going to come in at 786 or slightly above 786. So this surprises me because I would not be looking for it. But as I've said before, we may be in a position where we're going to have to label this ABC. And that leaves this open to come all the way back up as a flat, possibly even go higher in an irregular, and then still come back down in a C wave to finish minute wave 4. If it all holds below and we get that decline, and I mean seriously decline from here, then that C wave would still remain in place. And I've taken off the actual levels coming off because we don't need them, but we have 6150 and then 5955 on the downside for the minute degree. So those remain active. Right now, you can see they brought it down, they take it right back up. So the volatility, not necessarily from the VIX, that continues to get sold. It's the volatility within the options, and that equates to premium. And that's what is pushing this market. and it's all right now in the Mag 7. We can go over. It's also in the Qs. It's also in the spiders. It's also in the SPX. It's also in the ES. So ETFs, everything, they're getting pumped up via the options. So we're honing in on that 63.72 level, which would be 100%. Maybe I'd like we get a little bit more, but we can get up to 64. All right. Spot gamma levels remain the same as given this morning. Again, if you need them, go over to the morning report and you'll pull them up. And I'm going to end it right there. So let's see what we get as we approach and move into the afternoon session here. Our next update will be the daily.